Hello and welcome back to Planescape Torment, the Enhanced Edition on me. Yeah, no problem, buddy. We are going. Well, he's going, and you're gonna follow. Yeah. So we know that guy, what's his name? Finham, can translate stuff. So let's go and see what we can do with him. Maybe he's gonna be able to tell us what our journal is.
I'm gone.
Out we go. I'd say I'm a bit tired today, so hope it doesn't affect the quality too much. I've been this whole week, I've been really busting my ass to get the stuff recorded for the Christmas break. But I think it's something that I have to look at next year is exactly how many series I'm comfortable with doing it at the same time, because I'm kind of in a weird position where I feel like I'm doing at the same time I'm doing too many series and I'm not doing enough. So it sounds like a contradiction, and it is, but basically in terms of not doing enough, what I mean is there are games that I want to cover more. So Fort Triumph and Legends of Ilaria have both come out with updates, and I want to play them and record them. But these couple of weeks, because getting ready for Christmas holiday, I haven't been able to. But if I was doing less kind of scheduled series, I probably would have been able to cover them pretty easily. Now I am going to bring some of my setup, not all of my setup, but some of my setup home to Ireland with me on my break. So that means that I can make a few videos on those games and put them out. But I can't give them really the attention that I really want to. And a lot of that is to do with how many series I'm already doing. So that's what I'm talking about. So next year, I want to look and decide. So this is home here. Yeah, I want to look and decide which series, when they end, will I kind of not replace in that slot. And also, I've mentioned before, I've got a new series coming to the channel as well, which is going to take a lot of time for editing and stuff. And I'm really excited about that. And that's something that's going to take time as well. That has to be kind of factored into my routine as well. So there's a lot of things to consider for the future. Finham glances your way, frowning. Chosen to grace my home once more, have you? What is it you wish of me this time? I had some questions. I would have you know that I am a scholar and a linguist, sir. While I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language, and the like, I can be of no help to you in other matters. Let's unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it, and ask if he can translate it. Well, can you translate this? He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist, like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. Do you have those notes still? Finham shakes his head. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and a few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Which one should we go to? I'd very much like to see them, just the same. Finham gives an annoyed sigh. I'm not certain where they are just now, and I'm looking for something else at the moment. My research journal. Perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time to find those notes for you. Hang on, research journal? Is it this book right here? Finham's eyebrows arch. Why, yes it is! He takes it from you, then begins to rummage through his pockets. Here you are, then. My father's notes. Square then, are we? Good. I've to look over my notes now, so if you'll just excuse me. Thanks, Finham. Farewell. Okay, so do we have to wait for him then to go over the notes? Finham glances your way slightly annoyed. I've to look over my notes now, so if you'll just excuse me. Just one more question. You said your father had been murdered. Finham nods. Strangled he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was perhaps 50 years ago now. I was but a child. He knew the language, though, and could teach it? Surely he did and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. Finham sighed sadly. I've his skill with language, but not his patience for others, sadly. Is he interred at the mortuary?
My journal.
Why, no. His ashes are kept here. He points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet beside a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A wry smile crosses Finham's lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. Farewell, Finham. Okay, so I guess we have to leave and give him some time.
I'm
so
gone.
Maybe we go and rest again. Let's go do that. Come on, guys, you need to walk faster. Walk all the way over there when you've got the time. Okay, then we'll go to our resting place.
All right.
So it's now nighttime. Oh, and I keep doing that. That's another thing about modern games and older games. The controls are different. I know you can reset the controls, but I just like to play with whatever. I don't have a preferred set of controls, it's just that when you're playing a certain game for an amount of time, you kind of get a muscle memory thing. And that's, I think, what's happened to me with Divinity Original Sin 2. So, let's rest the project. And we'll pop back out.
I'm gone.
Hopefully that's enough time. Back. Yeah, I wonder what the hell I did with that blood sample. Hey, how come it's nighttime still? We rested for 8 hours. I guess it could be like early morning. Let me have at him. Who does he want to have at? Oh, he's almost here, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, let's go in. Wow, False and Grace here really walks slow. Are you done yet? Finham glances your way, slightly annoyed. I'd look over my notes now, so if you'll just excuse me. Farewell then. Okay, so we need to give him maybe a full day or something. Where's the? There's the exit. Okay.
Done.
So I'm gonna go and we're gonna rest. We're gonna rest 4 times. So One to move it on to time when it's daytime, and then the other 3 will pass a full day. Now hopefully that's enough. But I think a kind of a mashup of this game and Divinity Original Sin 2 would be amazing.
Not a pleasant childhood, mind you.
Really? But yeah, like the atmosphere in this game is, I talked about, is something that's just amazing, and Divinity kind of needs that. It needs that kind of, for a place to feel more alive. They've done very well with characters and stuff, and just the look and feel of places is good, but they don't really have, and it's not really a criticism, it's just like something that this game has done really well that no other game has done really well, and that's basically the crowd, the atmosphere of hearing people chatting away and stuff like that in the background. Whereas for Divinity, a lot of the voice acting is done when you're interacting with people, and the voice acting is very good, but it'd still be nice to have kind of a lot of just ambient sounds and talking and just crowd noises and stuff. Would be amazing.
I'm gone.
Right, so we're giving them a full day. Now, if he doesn't want to translate it right now, definitely need to go down. Then we might just go talk to the urn and see if the father has something to say instead. Philip glanced your way, slightly annoyed. I'd look over my notes now, so... Okay, so we're saying exactly the same thing. Right, so... Where are his father's ashes? There? Yeah. Look at that, he can't actually get in.
Done.
There's too many people in the way. There is an urn atop this small cabinet, full of ashes and charred bits of bone. Etched into the base of the urn are the words Finn Adley, beloved husband, father, and scholar of 100 languages. Let's use storied bones tell on the remains. The ashes seem to stir faintly as if moved by your breath. A faraway voice whispers up from within the urn. Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and grey as the heart of a hag? To answer some questions, spirit. Ask then, so that I might return to my most quiet thoughts. Who are you? I was Finn, a linguist and scholar. I was murdered by a student of mine. Murdered so that I could not teach another the language that I taught him. The tongue of the Uyo, it was, one of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none who spoke it, save myself and that one. Damnable murderous student, I bet you it's us. Describe to him the writing from the following dodecahedron as if he knows the language. Ask if he knows the language. I could teach you this language, yes, it would please me to do so, in fact, if only to spite that bloody-handed student of long ago. First tell me what languages you do speak. Thanks, can. As the spirit speaks to you of the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples. As a memory begins to surface, memories of this language, you recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing, away from the blanket of poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety.
Updated my journal.
There is another memory, though, bubbling to the surface, a darker one. Its presence troubles you somehow, fills you with unease and unexplained pangs of guilt. Yeah, because we killed the guy. We're going to allow
Updated
it to
my journal.
surface. At last, you recall Finn Andley himself. You remember his gentle voice, his kind manner, his schooling you in the ancient language of the Uyo. You also remember your scarred, gnarled hand wrapped around his frail throat, crushing his larynx, and thus ensuring that the secret contents of your journal, hidden and thrice trapped in a dodecahedral puzzle box and penned in the obscure language of the Uyo, would be forever safe from prying eyes. Finn, I must tell you, it was me who murdered your father. I think I understand enough language now. Thanks, Finn. No, we need to tell him. Finn, I must tell you, it was me who murdered your father. Oh, murdered you. Okay, we're not telling the son.
Updated my journal.
Okay. The spirit is silent for a time, the ashes rustling softly within their urn. When it speaks once more, its voice is full of sorrow. But why? And why would you come to me once more? Did you forget what you had been taught? No, well, yes, it is difficult to explain, but it must have been a former self of mine that murdered you. Each time I die, I reawaken, as if from long sleep, but having forgotten everything, who I was or what I'd done. I think I understand. I sense your regret and would forgive you. May peace be with you, pupil of old, and may you prove kinder in this life than in the one which saw an end to mine. Thanks, Finn. Farewell. Okay, now, let's see what happens if we talk to you now. Finham glances your way, slightly annoyed. I have to look over my notes now, so you will just excuse me? Just one question. You said your father had been murdered. Okay, that's the same. That's the same. Okay, so we can't do anything else with him. But while we're here, let's read the journal. You heft the cold grey dodecahedron up to examine it carefully, now aware of the various deadly traps it holds for the innocuous users, and how to avoid them entirely. Having learned the dead language of the Uyo, you'll at last be able to decipher its contents.
Updated my journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem, and not an altogether sane one either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Let's browse through it. Oh, what do you wish to read about? Let's start with Whispering Shadows. The whispers are not the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. Read about a female ghost. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I don't know her, and she torments me. Okay, let's read about hiding something within your own body. And so, I swallowed it, hoping it'd catch in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. Okay, paranoid rantings. I have learned that my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. Read about the accursed tattoos. The accursed tattoos will leave my skin. Will not leave my skin. I have tried to burn them off my skin. Failed. I try and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets and crush them beneath my heel. Okay, let's read about dreams unravel. I used the Goblet of Samir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I've never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power, and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Okay, let's continue reading this portion of the journal. Her voice reeked of evil's talons like spiders that burrowed into my grey matter. I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag. She was a myth, a fairy tale, who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that would kill her. Should she find me, I need a strategy, so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Okay, let's read something else. Let's read about the dangers of names. Fear names. Names have power in identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They are a hook that can be used to track you, find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. Okay, let's read something else. Read about the killing in the fest hall. I went to the fest hall, looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. First, I needed to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. Soon. Oh, excuse me, forget that coughing fit. I had to tickle in my throat all through that section here. And it just had to come out, didn't it? Okay, let's read something else. Let's read about the murder of one who tried to help you. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies and tells me that is what he told me. Lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies. He sat there, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives, will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories. But that I, myself, I will die when I die. Die! How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. Okay, so we're done with the journal, and I think we're done with the episode as well. So, as always, if you have enjoyed this particular episode, please consider hitting that like button, sharing with your friends or on your favorite social media, and I really do hope to see all of you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.